Hello everyone, I'm Dionysius. We're here together with Orlando, as you can obviously see. And today's question is, Orlando, what's wrong with the modern close protection industry at the moment?
He's full of people that know nothing about close protection. That's the problem.
What do you mean they know nothing about close protections? They have certifications, they have...
This is the trouble. Everybody's out getting certifications. And again, a lot of the certifications are coming from people that don't know what they're doing. So they're just issuing out certifications. So you got a lot of people with a lot of paper, but very few people, very few people that are actually, that actually go and do a job properly. I get people sending me resumes, CVs, even though I tell people I don't want them because I delete them. And some of the ones I look through, you know what? Okay, everybody's got a lot of paper. They might have been in the military, etc. It doesn't mean BS to me because I don't know you and I don't know if I can trust you. A lot of people are out there doing CP courses thinking they're going to walk straight into big paying jobs where the jobs are not there. The market is swamped. There's a lot of people out there that's done courses that have a little bit of experience that will work for next to nothing. And this is killing off the business. As I've said in other videos, again, a lot of the people that manage security companies, their experience is questionable. All they do is supply bodies to people. And if they get a job, all they're going to do is dress up their security guards in suits and send them off to be bodyguards, to play bodyguards. And again, I've come across many people in many places with certifications and licenses. This is a big one in the US. Everybody's got a license, firearms license, private investigator's license, security license. And how can I put it?
They end up carrying bags because it's part of the license.
Yeah, it's, you know what, I wouldn't trust most of them to go to the shop and buy me a tube of toothpaste. If they manage to get there and back without getting lost, then most probably end up losing the toothpaste. And this goes again for a lot of company managers and company owners. I know guys in the US, I deal with very few people because I've had so many screw-ups over the years. I mentioned one in one video recently about a case. And I know people that's apparently quite respected, have big names in the security business, and I've heard some horrendous stories that even if they're half true, says a lot about these people's credibilities. But they have the contacts to keep contracts, and I'm sure they're kicking back to people. Everybody's pockets lined for them to keep contracts. But it's one of the big problems with the security business at the moment in general, especially the close protection business. There's a lot of people in it that know nothing about close protection. Being in the military does not qualify you to do commercial close protection.
And what is the cure for that? I mean, we talk about the problem. What's the solution?
Mate, back in the day, the close protection business was a very small business, and I can see it going back that way now. The cure is... And again, we can bash a lot of these British companies that's offering these SIA licenses, etc. Are telling everybody they come and do a 2-week course and they'll be qualified, etc. So they've swamped the market with people that will go out and work for next to nothing. And again, it's people with a British security guard license that says close protection on it that people actually think know what they're doing. And I said in other videos, if you're unemployed in UK, I believe for 3 months, the government will give you an SIA course. I think it's the same in France. The French security license, you can get government funding to do that. So somebody that is completely not
into the industry, into the
industry, is not right for the industry, can go and get fully licensed, and I'm sure set up their own company and pass themselves off as being a licensed and qualified bodyguard and
top experts.
And you know what, as I said, I wouldn't trust them with a tube of toothpaste. But that's the trouble with the close protection business. There's too many people in it at the moment pushing themselves off as something they're not, and they're ending up killing the business for everybody else because a lot of clients, and I was talking to somebody about this recently, especially in South Florida where I was for too many years, one of the big issues there is the market is swamped And there's so many people pushing themselves off cheap as being the be-all and end-all of executive protection. And a lot of clients already had their fingers burnt once or twice. They're not willing to pay what they should be paying because they paid less for some idiot or more for some idiot that ended up screwing things up big time. And let me just throw something in here. This sums things up. Most people say in US, in the state of Florida, you need to have a private investigator's license to do executive protection. Do you know what executive protection experience you need to get that license?
No.
None. It even says in the state statutes that executive protection experience does not count towards you getting a private investigator's license. And the private investigators are the ones that do plainclothes executive protection. So how does that make sense? You don't need the experience to get the license. It's investigation experience, but it's classed as private investigators are the ones that do executive protection. So you don't need any experience.
So get the piece of paper and go out there and do whatever.
Well, this is it. And I've said to some people, I know private investigators in Florida, and I could do an old video about that are not worth, how can I put it? They've got licenses. To me, it's pretty fraudulent where people are going saying they have executive protection companies where there's no requirement actually in the state statutes for them to have any executive protection experience, training, etc., etc. But that's America. That's a situation with security licensing, be it in Europe, US, etc. I think you're better off just having people doing a basic course, understanding their local laws, getting a background check, and that's it, rather than going into the high-speed stuff, because once you get past the high-speed stuff, people tend to fall flat on their faces.
More about paperwork than anything else.
It's about money. It's about money for the government. It's licensing fees. Yeah, no different than a UK TV license.
And since you talked about clients previously that they had bad experience with people and the money they spend on them, is there any solutions, counseling you can provide to people looking for the proper people to hire?
Yeah, sure. If we offer online virtual counseling for security, consulting for people, counseling. And I'm telling people these days, you're better off finding people you trust yourself and getting them trained and getting them qualified to provide security for you than bringing in outside companies and outside people. The main thing, if you need people that's actually going to provide you security, to protect yourself, to protect your assets, to protect your family, is trust. And just because somebody's got a cool video on the internet doesn't mean they're trustworthy. And there's a lot of people out there that's got, I see it all the time, a lot of people out there putting out very cool promotional videos, etc., and going to meetings and giving out very cool business cards. But anything past that, they're complete and utter liabilities. So we can offer virtual counseling for people to set up their own security programs, get their people trained, point people in the right direction of where to get the training, because there are some very good people out there. It's just a lot of the very good people are not too well known because all the others seem to be taking the limelight.
Okay, thank you very much, Orlando. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this video was not only enjoyable, but you also learned something new today. You can always use the comment section below for relevant questions, and subscribe, like, share, and that's all for now. Bye.